Hello everyone, my name is Captain Jack and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Dual Universe, a game which I've had my eye on since its announcement last year at E3 I believe. Now, Dual Universe is a very interesting game and I'm going to tell you a bit more about it. But first, if you already do know about Dual Universe, its alpha access is actually coming very soon, or in this case, pre-alpha access. If you pledge towards the gold standard, you should be able to get access to the game in this month of September. The dates haven't been announced as of making this video, however I do know it's coming very soon, so keep an eye on the forums and stuff like that. You still have time to pledge, I think up until the 7th, I don't know when this video is being released, but to support the game and actually get access to the alpha. Other than that, you have to wait until the beta. But anyway, you're probably wondering, what is Dual Universe, what exactly is it, what's this game Jack speaking about, yada yada yada. So, what is Dual Universe? Well, it's brought to us by a studio called Novacorp, which is founded by Jean-Christophe Bally, a French AI and robotics expert from obviously France. Dual Universe is actually a sci-fi sandbox MMO which is set within a continuous single shard universe. Now, you're probably thinking, Jack, what in the world does that mean? Well, if you don't know, I'm about to explain it. What that means is that every player will share the same universe at the same time. Doesn't that sound amazing and really cool but really technical at the same time? Yes, it does. In Dual Universe, you'll be able to explore, discover, and fight alongside your friends, all while being in the same server. Players will be able to build anything they want, from massive cities to sleek starships as well as orbital stations. Personally, I can't wait to see more orbital stations. I'd love to see someone recreate Earth Space Dock from Star Trek. Wouldn't that be cool? I think that'd be cool. So, the studio Novacorp has put a big emphasis on the point that every player will be able to create collective stories and gameplay based around the features exploration, crafting, trade, politics, and even warfare. The possibility of two rival factions going to war reminds me of an EVE Online battle where people lose about £1,000 worth of ships in a half-an-hour engagement. That always did amaze me. But I do like the idea of, like, the players are the focus of the game. A single shard experience. You kill someone, it can possibly cripple an empire or something like that. We'll go into more of this in a second. The idea of no instinct, no zoning, and no loading times is something the development team are really pushing. They want to go for the immersive experience. This is where the continuous single shard aspect is really key. In Dual Universe, everything you do matters. You are part of a collective story. This is what means that it's just not about you. Instead, your decisions and actions can affect what happens to other players. It's a very interesting concept, and one of the thoughts that always pops in my mind when I hear this being said in interviews by JC and the team is, okay, so if my decision affects what happens to other players, what happens if a griefer comes in and just messes everything up for somebody? Because people will do that, it's the internet, I mean, come on now, we all know. So, I don't know how they're going to handle sort of things like that, but then again, it's a monthly subscription game. I don't know, it'd be interesting to see. I want to get into another interview with JC at some point and see his opinion on that. I did an interview with JC last year, you can go check it on the channel, there'll be a link in the description as well as on the card, so feel free to go check out my previous interview with the CEO of Novacorp and the founder and developer of Dual Universe. So the game will most likely see the rise and fall of several empires and the dawn of new virtual civilizations. This is something I like, so I've actually founded my own sort of group or organisation called Redwood Industries, obviously, in the game at a minute. I'll leave a link down below to the forums where you can actually go and join it if you want. You don't have to pledge the game, I don't think. You can just sign up to there, create yourself an account, and join Redwood Universe, or Redwood Industries, I think it's called. I can't remember off the top of my head. It'll be with a link down below. It'd be pretty cool to see us building our own civilization there. When this game comes out, I'd love to have the RWI civilization now. I think people will really enjoy that. So, breaking down the technical aspects, a single shard universe is an MMO isn't brand new. EVE Online operates a similar technology. The dev team are aware of the numerous challenges they will face with this feature is one thing. So, the single shard universe hasn't been done before, EVE Online have done it, but the way Novacorp are doing it is very different. And like I just mentioned, the dev team are aware of the numerous challenges they face with this feature, which is good. The development team openly admitting, like saying, guys, we are going to face challenges, is a very good sign for how the development of this game is going to go. Something I do like the sound of. One of the big challenges is that due to a single shard approach, they cannot create regional servers. This can be a bonus, but also can be a problem at the same time. Personally, I like this idea as sometimes regional locks can be annoying, especially with, say, if I wanted to play with my friend Venom, who's actually in Canada, but I'm in the EU, obviously. Well, not technically anymore, but that's another subject. I'm in Great Britain, and regional locks would be in place, and therefore we can't actually connect to each other. So, this is a big challenge for the game, but a big bonus at the same time. Regional locks won't be a thing, because it's a single shard experience. Everyone's going to be on the same server. I can't wait to see the technical side behind this. I'd love to visit their offices and see this. Dual Universe prides itself on being like no other. What the team are trying to create with a level of scalability hasn't really been done before. There is another game I can think of off the top of my head called Improbable.io, but that goes in a similar direction, but it isn't really close to what Dual Universe are going for because of unique features like Dual Universe's planetary Voxel-based world technology, which is pretty cool. So the game will feature the ability to fully edit the world with voxel technology, something which is really cool and will allow players to create their dreams. You can create your own, sort of like your own base, mold the landscape that you're doing. I mean, everyone loves that, don't they? I mean, everyone dreams of creating this weird underground complex, and if you can actually do that with voxel technology, really cool. So, some key facts for you now. The original Kickstarter campaign collected a total of $670,000. Wow, if I ever get to see that amount of money, I'll be a very happy man. And then the next round of Kickstarting attracted a better total of $7.4 million. And if I even see that amount of money, I'll be even happier. Yeah, that's quite a large amount of money. But that is a good sign for the game. It means people are supporting and things like that. So, comparisons. This is where Dual Universe does face some criticism. A lot of people are comparing Dual Universe to the game No Man's Sky. Now, let me explain a bit more of this before you go overboard. No Man's Sky promised a lot of features, then to deliver on them. So now when people see Kickstarting games like Dual Universe promising everyone can play on the same server, things like that, they're a lot more skeptical. So No Man's Sky did hurt the industry, but yeah. So, especially when it comes down to what the studio is saying we're going to deliver, this is a problem they're having. It's due to the scope of marketing, essentially. So, No Man's Sky was a bit of a disaster when it launched last year due to how much hype was built and the expectations of it far exceeding the actual game content at launch, which was a bit of a problem. So, this is where Novacorp likes to be very clear and manages its players' expectations every day on what the game Dual Universe will actually feature and what will it not. So, the studio are being transparent as much as possible to actually tell us, like, right, X feature B is going to be in the game, feature Y is not going to be in the game. They like to be very clear and tell us what's going to be there. They're not lying to us essentially or misleading us under the ASA stuff, which is pretty good. I'm glad a development team is actually being like this and telling us what they're doing, what they're up to. A lot of other game companies could learn from this, I do feel.
Imagine a game without limits. A world where you can build anything, from spaceships to orbital stations. Explore, craft, trade, and conquer, all in one universe, shared by everyone at the same time. Forge your collective story. This is your world. Rebuild civilization together. Dual Universe. Support us on Kickstarter now.
They make a big emphasis on that the single shard cluster, CSSC for abbreviation, technology is there and it does work. It just needs constant fine-tuning, following up from Novacorp's continuous tests. The fact they're admitting the fact they've got continuous tests going on their technology is pretty good, rather than just saying, yes, it works, no, there's no problems with it, yes, it works. Some people do have that. Moving on to my personal opinion, so I've kind of given you all the facts about Dual Universe. There should be some videos playing in behind this here, which was E3 last year and for every year. You can definitely check it out. Again, my interview with JC from last year is somewhere around here. There'll be a link in the description and such like that. Feel free to go check it out. So, Novacorp does have some rather large goals for Dual Universe in my opinion. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it's just something to actually take note of. The founder JC hopes that in a few years Dual Universe will be a new platform for users to engage online entertainment and be a central place for you to meet your friends and live adventures together. Personally, I do see this as rather ambitious given the way the consumer market shifts. What I'm saying by that is gaming market shifts over time, people's interests shift over time. What you see now won't be the future. That's just any market as it goes. And yeah, it's a bit technical, but you get the kind of drifting going on. So Dual Universe does have some ambitious goals, but the fact they're showing us what they can do before asking money and such like that does give me a fact. So I can compare it this way. Dual Universe came out and said, look, this is a single shard experience, this is what we're doing, please give us money. Other games, not mentioning names, came and go, we want to do this, give us money. Everyone pledged money, then they're like, oh dear, we can't actually do this. So the fact Dual Universe are already showing us the technology as a work in progress, and it's being worked on all the time, I love it, and I can't thank Dual Universe enough for actually showing us that. One day, hopefully I will get out and actually see a working version of Dual Universe in the studio. I'd love to see that. I think they're based in France, so I don't know, maybe we'll get out there one day. So some closing points in this video just to wrap everything up. I will be covering this game over the course of next year, reporting on alpha movements where and when I can, unless I'm under an NDA, in which case I can't. I do hope to get access to the pre-alpha build. I really want to get access to that and play around with it. However, I think it will be under an NDA, meaning I can't cover it, but we'll see where it goes at the end of the year. So one thing I do want to know is, will you guys, the audience, be picking up Dual Universe, and more importantly, what do you actually think of the game? Obviously, being my channel based around space engineers, I thought this would be a very good video to cover, to grasp your guys' opinions and see if you'll be picking up Dual Universe at the end of the year, or when it's at least out in beta or alpha. Remember, you can still pledge now and actually get alpha access at the gold level. I think it's going to cost you around about $120 or $135, sorry. So yeah, just be warned about that. But I'd love to know your guys' opinions on Dual Universe, what you think of it, all the ambitious there. I've given you all the rundown of key facts. Also, let me know what you thought of this type of video as well. Remember, you can comment all your opinions down below. If not, you can tweet me at CaptainJackYT, Snapchat me, CaptainJackYT again. All the social links will be down below and everything like that. So again, I'm interested in hearing your guys' opinions and everything like that, so make sure to comment them down below. Again, I'll be covering Dual Universe at the end of this year. Alright guys, thanks for watching, it's a very interesting video to do, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.